Hi, Lisa.
Hi, how are you? I got to figure out how to get my picture on here. I don't know what happened.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna speak up now. We're gonna get started. Okay. Cool. All right, well, let's start the presentation here. Welcome, everyone. Welcome those that are tuning in virtually. That's the next slide here.
Try to click on the slide first and
Okay.
then.
There we go. Okay. So I want to start off with some announcements, quick announcements. So we, August 23rd through the 26th, we have Mega Camp coming up. All right. So for those that aren't familiar with Mega Camp, Keller Williams twice a year has high intense coaching, education, and training seminars and networking seminars. Their names are Family Reunion and Mega Camp. Okay. Family Reunion is usually held in February. Mega Camp is in August. Since the pandemic, they have gone virtual. It has been provided through this own branded Keller Williams platform. You have the ability to network with agents, network with the vendors that are in session there, and you have a whole slew of classes taught by the top agents in the world around leads, listings, and leverage. Okay, so that is coming up on August 23rd through the 26th. We missed the early bird pricing for that, so maybe some of you have bought tickets already. We're gonna keep it very special in here, just like how we did with family reunion, okay? And tickets gonna be around $119 a piece, okay? So, they say, this is like one of the Super Bowl events at Keller Williams. And I know when you go to a Super Bowl party, it's not so much the game, it's what's at the party, right? So we're gonna make this thing pop in just like how we did last time. And we hope to see you all there. Just make it a fun type of atmosphere with learning. Again, 23rd through the 26th. All right, and then a few save the date items here. So July 27th at 3 p.m., puppy parking lot party. All right, we did this last year as well. So if you have a puppy or a dog, could be like 170-pound Great Dane that dresses as a puppy. Yes, absolutely. Bring the puppy, we'll bring the biscuits. So, no, it's gonna be a fun day. Absolutely. You guys all remember how it was last year. So that's gonna be the 27th at 3 p.m. in our parking lot. That day also falls, it's Tuesday, it also falls out on our Takeout Tuesday, which we sponsor local restaurants in the Newtown area, okay? So Becky's Deli right on State Street, if you're familiar, we are gonna be ordering out that day. So lunchtime, I don't know if we're gonna do anything for the afternoon around that, but that
We'll see. Yeah, so since it's also Takeout Tuesday, we'll be ordering something from Becky's Deli here.
yes,
And then, if you wanted to get lunch or dinner for your family later or in the day, this is the idea of Takeout Tuesday. Subscribe as much business as we can to
right,
that local spot. So
excellent. Thank you. And then August 28th, we have the family picnic at Core Creek Park. So we got our first taste of Core Creek Park 2 weeks ago. We had that big kickball game.
we won.
We wanted sucking really. So it was no, it was a lot of fun. But we're gonna do it Newtown style, just Newtown, and I think we'll be open to family members, right? So
For the whole family.
yes,
So
for all your
spouses, kids.
spouses, kids. Yep. So August 28th at 12 p.m. everyone. And then we're gonna keep that cornhole tournament going. All right. So 24th, that's at 3 p.m. That benefits the Sunshine Fund. For those that don't know what the Sunshine Fund is, that's the fund that we have here exclusive for KW Newtown. So when something ever happens to an agent, anything tragic, life events, what we do is we have that fund there to help the agent. Okay. So kind of like what KW Cares does on the international level, we do that on the micro level here with our market center. So there will be a cost to enter in that cornhole tournament like last time, but that is what the Sunshine Fund is all about. So got the PC coach going commando up here in the front. Let some people in here. And then of course we have so in September, to be announced, there's going to be a back to school clothing drive. Okay. And then more importantly, today at 2 o'clock, you guys know those two forms that came out, those two new FAR forms, seller's disclosure, and then also the appraisal contingency addendum. Some tweaks that happen, that's going to be going on today at 2 p.m. in the training room here. So that's going to be taught by Heather. So it's going to be a good place to attend if you're not all too familiar. And by the way, those forms are in .loop, they are in DocuSign, okay? They're all there ready for you to use when you're submitting offers, receiving offers, okay? All right. Moving forward here. Okay. So you guys saw an email go up maybe a week and a half ago about Sellershield, okay? So this is a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people know what this is, if you started your portal, but we have a representative on the call today. Her name is Megan. And Megan is going to give a presentation about Sellershield, but I think this is going to be great for us. You guys know I love the word fiduciary, right? So it's going to help us be a better fiduciary for our people, protect them, and more so protect us post the transaction. So Megan, are you there? Hey, Megan.
Yes, hi there. Can you hear me?
Oh, whoops, let me see if you're on mute. Yeah, let's see, I'm not getting sound here. Let me see if I can put the volume up here for everyone to hear.
You hearing
Okay.
anything?
Hang tight, Megan.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Megan. It was low. You there?
You can hear me now?
Yes, we
Oh,
can.
good. Perfect. And do I have sharing screen here? Yes, I don't. Are you able to give me a screen sharing ability by chance?
Yep, I'm on it right now.
Thank you.
Right.
Thanks, guys, for your patience.
Yep. Okay. Did it come through?
Let's see here. Oh, I'll have to stop your share if that's okay. There we go.
Okay.
All right, let's pop this up and can you see that?
Yes. Yep.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you guys. Again, my name is Megan Newman. I'm here, account manager here at Sellershield, as well as an Austin realtor. So my thanks to Adam and Caitlin for inviting us today to introduce our tools and explain why we partner with your team there at Newtown. I know your time is valuable, so I'm just going to wrap this up in about 10 minutes, and then we can take any questions you have. I know your team has already created an account for you guys individually, so you'll be able to just pop in there and get that password set and use it any time when you're ready to start listing. And if you'd like to just pull up sellershield.com and you can click a login at the top there to locate your account with your license number. Okay, what is Sellershield and why should you use it? So essentially, Sellershield offers two simple products: a free-to-use seller's disclosure platform created to help sellers complete their disclosure forms easily and safely. I like to compare it to TurboTax kind of for disclosures, as it walks homeowners through the forms with all the info they might need to complete those without having to go to you and risk that legal advice, providing them legal advice. Of course, that's not ideal. Additionally, because sellers don't have error and omission insurance, your E&O insurance like you have, we offer them an additional product called Home Sale Legal Protection, or HSLP. If they do choose to opt into that, it's going to cover $20,000 worth of legal fees in the event of any post-sale claim by the buyer, not just a disclosure-related claim or a valid claim even, but a non-disclosure related or a frivolous false claim as well. So it's similar to your E&O, like I said, but there's no deductible or fine print involved. It's just a one-time fee under $400. It's going to buy you $20,000 worth of peace of mind. So you as an agent will have the option to purchase a plan on behalf of your clients when you invite them to fill out the forms, or you can opt out of that when you go in and just offer to use the tool as for free. They're also going to be offered that protection before and after filling out the disclosure form. But again, just have them select no protection to bypass that for now. If you'd like, you can order it then, or choose to come back and get it later if you decide you have some concerns about your disclosure, or you just want some more peace of mind. And I assume everyone has come across a disclosure form that looks similar to this one. It's messy and running into the margin. A lot of agents and sellers get stressed, obviously, when they go through this. There's a lot of jargon that people don't understand, and you're confined in space. Obviously, this can create risk for both sellers and agents, and many lawsuits have been filed due to illegible disclosure forms. If you're not aware, also over 90% of claims are due to disclosure issues, and that's really the main reason we've partnered with your team and created this tool in the first place. So here you can see a PAR form completed with us. It's the exact same as PDS form you guys are used to using. It's just going to be a much cleaner and more legible executed PDF document with little room for confusion. Our tool will also ensure the forms are fully complete before sellers are able to sign and return them to you. But changes are actually easily made from their end of the dashboard. They'll just click make changes and then re-sign the forms as they did initially. These executed PDFs can then be downloaded straight to your computer or exported to DocuSign. We're partnering with them very soon, actually. And you can monitor client progress from your agent dashboard, send friendly reminders via email, and refer to previous versions if any changes were made as well, just to see what was changed there for reference. Buyer's agent will see that it was completed with us on the footer. So they'll often advise buyers it's a little bit more reliable than a handwritten form. If the seller notes that the home was built prior to 78, the tool will also automatically include that addendum, and any other additional questions required to complete that will also be added and auto-populated for you. So let's get into the HSLP side a little bit here briefly. Again, most homeowners don't realize that they have no protection against post-sale claims at all. Agents, brokers, inspectors, title all have that vital E&O insurance, but the seller is the only one left completely unprotected, and it turns out they don't like that. So our HSLP was created to cover a full $20,000, like I said, and attorney's fees in the event of any claim by the buyer, not just disclosure-related claims. Should the seller opt into that, they're going to receive a certificate that states exactly who at our company they need to contact for assistance and the expiration date on that. It's again just a one-time flat fee from $200 to $400, and basically it's 1, 2, or 3 years, and it's $100 less if it's paid online prior to closing. If you wait to pay through the closing proceeds, it'll go through title, and that's just more expensive for that process. If your buyer does bring a claim, this is obviously a great deal considering a single consultation with an attorney costs about $450, I believe. Not to mention the time it takes to locate a trustworthy real estate lawyer and all the stress involved in that. The attorney is actually going to be handpicked by our CRO, Bo Blackburn. He is an experienced real estate attorney who both practices real estate law and teaches risk mitigation classes to brokers. About 1 in 4 sellers do choose to opt into this, so we know that there is value for them in that and worth offering for, like you mentioned, your fiduciary duty. We do offer deeply discounted bulk bulk prices discounted if you're interested in those for ready to go closing gifts, and that's usually around 30% off. So that's pretty good discount if you'd like to discuss those for about 10 orders or more. Any questions on HSLP before I move on?
Anyone have any questions? Okay. No questions yet.
All right, let's just take a look at the platform itself for a second. So here we have an actual agent view on their dashboard now. This is what you'll see after you select a client from your list there, the first page of your dashboard once you sign in. Once they're done with all the forms, you'll both receive a completed PDF in your email inbox, and you'll also be able to access the forms online or download to export to zip forms from this dashboard here. You can monitor their progress from your end here and send reminders under disclosure progress at the top there. You can view closing details, activity history, and all the previous versions, like I mentioned. And you can access and export the individual forms to send to zip forms and or zip DocuSign. Like I said, we have a partnership coming up with them soon. And then you'll see the certificate for HSLP if that was purchased. When your client begins the process, they're going to meet this Shield family here who will guide them through every step in a warm and user-friendly kind of way. From your dashboard, you'll just start the disclosure process by inviting a seller with that big blue Invite New Seller button. You could import basic transaction details from zip forms or DocuSign, or you could just enter it by hand. All we really need is the address and seller's contact info to get started, and then you're done. You'll then have the option to purchase a protection plan for them, or you can bypass that, like I mentioned, by clicking no protection and just use the free tool. After receiving confirmation that the invitation was sent, you'll just wait for them to finish and it'll arrive in your inbox very shortly as soon as they're done. There'll be a progress bar along the left-hand side of the tool that shows sellers their progress while completing the forms, and that just kind of helps prevent survey fatigue so they get it done faster. But you can send reminder emails easily if there is a delay. When it's complete, we'll send that copy immediately to your emails, and it'll also be accessible from both sides of your dashboard, like I said. And if you're looking at it now, you can go ahead and send yourself an invite test. If you just put your own personal email there in the email recipient box, and you put the word test or make up an address, and you can send yourself an invite to try it out. And then I could walk through that if we have a moment, but you can also reach out to any of our onboarding reps. They're happy to walk you through that individually over the phone as well. So let's see, just moving on here. This short video will just show you the tool from the seller side and how we make sure that they are aware of the gravity of these forms, as well as the 3 most important facts about disclosure. So fact number 1, disclosures are legal documents and are to be taken very seriously. Number 2, mistakes in disclosing are the #1 cause of home sale lawsuits. And number 3, even with accurate disclosure, buyers can still sue sellers. Most lawsuits are filed 10 to 13 months after close and can cost about 15 grand, even if it's a false frivolous claim. And here is really the most important part. They're required to check a box acknowledging these facts before proceeding with this disclosure. And that's where we really create that legal separation between you and your clients in the eyes of a court. So you and your broker are protected by the tool in this way, and sellers can be protected additionally by the HSLP there, or they can just click no protection and use it for free. This is where they're offered that before they begin filling out the form. I'll just skip ahead here just to show you some more of the tool itself. So here we can see the blue icon going to point out definitions and examples for them. The yellow icon will point out common problem areas to be careful around. And once we get into it a bit more, we'll see the actual definitions in there. Right here, I believe. Here we get some definitions, some sump pump, grinder pump, even a smoke detector, just in case they don't know what that is. And here they're going through. And then there you could see that they're trying to proceed here at the end. They're not going to be able to because they haven't answered every question. So each section must be completed before they can move on to the next, and that prevents them from missing anything and you having to go back and waste some more time there. So that's pretty much it. If you would just like to pull up your browser window, you could, pull up your account now. Reach out if you have any questions. I can always, walk you through that individually too. But yeah, basically that is the gist of it. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Thank you so much, Megan. That was a great presentation. And does anyone have any questions off the top of their head? We have one for Ed.
Yeah, now that we know this, very high liability on our part, not talk about it. And,
Okay,
you know, now we don't protect it.
right.
A year from now, back and he can tell
Megan, that was Ed in the background. Did you hear him?
I did not.
Okay.
I did.
So he wanted to know if there was any liability on our end as the agents. And I just want
in regards to if we don't talk about this now, and something happens a year from now, and we have not presented this to our sellers, do they have a means for liability on our behalf, not to explain to them that there's coverage?
Yeah. So if you didn't hear him, so he's basically saying if we don't introduce this and use this to for our sellers, and they go ahead and post transaction, they go ahead and the agent gets sued. Is the agent liable for, number one, knowing that they have a tool like Sellershield to leverage for the seller so that can get some extra protection? Is that pretty much the gist of it? Yeah.
I know that is a common concern for brokers, is that if their agent doesn't tell their client about everything obviously available, that's the fiduciary duty. There is a concern there. So yeah, I don't know about liability specifically, but I know that is, an issue for brokers. They're concerned about their team not sharing us if they partnered with us from the, already. Generally, you would like to use the tool so you can cover your fiduciary duty if you were aware of it.
Yeah, because Megan, we have it now as optional for the agency use, and I think that's where his mind is asking that question. So,
yeah, it's basically, it comes down to the broker. We can't, yeah.
understood. Okay. So I can explore more on that end too. Yeah. Does anyone else have any more questions? Yeah. So Megan, for people that don't want to use this, what are the common reasons why agents wouldn't want to use this? What are you regularly seeing?
Most commonly is just if they're not tech averse, older people may not be interested. People who work with elderly people may not use the tool as much. We've heard a lot of that. Most of that is the issue. Yeah. But
Okay.
otherwise, it's a win-win. If you even just want to try it out to see if it would work in your business, it's definitely worth trying it out, since it is a free tool to use. It's definitely worth trying
Right.
it.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks for your time, Megan. If there's no, yeah. If Megan, if you can switch us back to the host, that'd be great.
Of course. Let's see. Oh gosh, that's not how you do it. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be me. Let me see here. Yep. So you would have to go to. So I'm Carissa Foster. So you would have to hover over my name, look at more, and then.
Make host.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You got it. Okay.
I think I did it.
You got it. What's that? Oh, yes. Yep. All right. Thank you so much, Megan.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Take care. You too.
Thanks.
All right. Cool. I'm just going to admit a few more people into the room here. We're waiting. Perfect. Okay. Share my screen here. Hang on. Okay. All right. Moving forward. All right. So for those that remember, several months ago, we introduced this a la carte system that we have here, right? For photography, media, and for and for social media marketing. And Trish and Caitlin have an a la carte business that they can give to us to help us with our time, help us leverage more time in marketing and with our photography and media. So they're in the front here, so I'll let you guys take it away. Who's going first? Trish? Okay.
So I posted in a Facebook group a couple days ago, and announced it, I don't know, a few months ago, but I've been doing photos and videos for your listings. I have capabilities to do aerial and to do 360. I know that some of you already have your preferred photographers, but if you're ever in a bind where like you need photos really quickly, reach out to me. I would love a chance to get your business, whether it's 100% or not. Have any questions about what I can offer you? I can help you out with. Let me know. Good question.
Yes, right.
How far do you travel?
Wednesday, anyone? Wednesday? That's it.
Justin, take May. Far, I guess, depends, yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, we've been using Trish now, like, what,
It's been a year
Yeah,
now,
so
yeah.
now for a year now, and it's been amazing. Every client is happy with the way that she's there and working with them. That's a big part of it too, is like having the photographer like hype you up and like, oh, wow, yeah, this place is awesome. Sell in a second, right? And so a ton of great feedback from our clients, and quality, everything is, just as good, if not better than, you're gonna see around, so.
My clients love it,
Yeah.
like, my one actually, she actually sat there and like brought back like the seller disclosure and everything, like my seller like asked a million questions, and I don't recommend that, but she did, like, my people was like, oh, you have to call Heather, and she just jumped right in and helped her out, and I sent her to the place, so she's not afraid, guys. Yeah, you can see her on speaker, she's got one of my listings.
Excellent. Thank you.
Alright. So just a reminder that I also offer a la carte marketing services. So some people have used me for things like postcards, social media, flyers. I am rolling out 2 new services, so be on the lookout. I'm gonna be picking up little flyers and informational package for them. I'm gonna do a listing marketing package, with social posts and with one and then flyers, and everything that together. And then I'm also gonna start offering social media management, which I'm already doing for a couple people in the office. But I'm gonna open it up to more people who would want just full-time social media management. So I'm talking to them.
This is like our value prop for our office, so is it exclusive or?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on both, yeah.
And I'll vouch for that too, because I was horrible with social media, and I wasn't even on it or that active. And I needed to be, especially as the OP here, and she's just taken it to another level. I don't go one still, but I go in and I'm able to see once in a while, and I'm like blown away. It's stuff that I would never in a million years post, but it's good content, and it's smart, and it's cool. And I just said, right, that was like the thing, I was just don't make it. And that was like the requirement, and that's all I said, and so it's been unbelievable. Talk about leverage.
Yeah, she does all mine too. Did you see my post? It makes sense, it's not.
You're Peggy and James.
Yeah, I'd rather do the two up.
So I have a question. I'm definitely interested in talking to you about that. But one of my questions is, if you have a bunch of people in the office that are sort of in the same general area, how do you differentiate so that it's not all like basically the same content?
Right, so that's part of my shtick, was that at first I wasn't really doing management, because I wanted to make sure that I was giving everyone personal content. So I try to keep it, just because on Instagram, I try to keep it heavy on the listings and the properties, so that's what people want to see. So that's what it's supposed to do, the business that you're doing. The in-between content, I kind of float between blog posts, and I try not to do the same post for every single person on every single day, or the property for every single person on every single day, because I don't want it to be that. If somebody was looking in Newtown and saw 4 different realtors from our office, and everybody posted on Tuesday the same blog, I think that would just look bad for you. So I don't do that. I try to just cycle through as much content as I can through what I have in hand, from whatever stats I can find, from blog posts, and then do listings.
What do you call it?
Right, exactly.
Well, I have somebody that's doing it now. It's like really expensive. I'm ready to, get rid of that anyway. So I needed another solution.
All right, thanks, ladies. All right.
right, so just a real quick update, with Beyond, they pivoted and, moved Tracy out and, they've gotten a really experienced TC. So she'll be reaching out to anyone who's been dealing, with Beyond, this upcoming week to introduce herself. She's part of KWYP, been with KW for 6+ years, understands our whole ecosystem, how it works with command. So it's, it's a good move. We're excited about that.
They are amazing.
Who, Beyond?
Beyond. I mean, they're absolutely incredible. I mean, it's one of the best things I ever did to start with them as quickly as I could.
Yeah,
I mean, Kim was talking about a transaction coordinator. They do everything,
yeah.
like everything.
So this will be even better. So from the person they're bringing on, we'll just, again, be more experienced and it'll even be more streamlined. And they won't be, they'll be off-site. So we wanted someone in-house originally, and we just realized we'd rather have someone a bit more experienced with more bandwidth, be able to handle more files. So they would come in for stuff like this, but they're not gonna be day-to-day in there, which I really don't care about. I mean, I don't know if you guys do. I use them too, so, you see them once a month at one of our gatherings, that's cool. As long as they're handling your files and they're getting done, that's all you guys really care about. So I just thought I'd show this real quick, guys, and share it with you. Again, this is year-to-date market share. Just to show you guys, we're about 21.5%. This is a simple, easy thing to like bring on a listing appointment, especially some of the newer, whether you're new or veteran, to be able to flex. Like we overtook Remax, what was it, John, 3 years ago? When I was at Remax, though, I used to use this and go in, because Remax had all the units. And if you scale it up nationally too, the numbers are pretty much the same. But, we surpassed Remax. So we should be using this and showing people, especially, this is hyper local, Bucks. And if you go to Montgomery, Philly, it's all gonna be the same. So, you can see Remax is a competitor, but then look at the jump, where it goes from there. And we're continuing to scale and grow as a company. A lot of these are in all retention mode. It's all retention. All they're trying to do is hang on. And, some of the ones, they're so antiquated in their mindset and their models. They're just looking at how long can they hold on for the next 5 or 10 years, and they'll be phased out. It's just what's happening. The numbers show it.
Is that for all Bucks County?
All Bucks County, every deal. So like we're at 733 million. So we'll eclipse 1 billion. I think we've done that probably, Keller Williams in the past, but in Bucks County, over $1 billion. And you start seeing, especially if you go into like a competing situation, you're going to compete probably against some of these. It's something powerful to bring in. You guys can't see the numbers under here, but if they're going against a Berkshire, Cola, whatever it is, I mean, the market share is double, triple, what we have. So it's just something to flex a little now that like we're the big boy on the block. We never were, but when you're in these appointments now, I think, we should be more intentional about putting some of this stuff up so they can see it. So
Confidence,
that's
though.
progress. That's progress. 5 engines. Crush it. I mean, it's unbelievable. So total units is 1,750 units. Remax is at 1,400, Berkshire 800, Coldwell 500. So that's units. So it's units and volume. Is that and that's what I'm saying. So it's every price point too. If you look, even the luxury market that we talked about, that was always like, with these certain companies, Keller in the luxury market now is #1 too. So it's across the entire board. So anyway, I just wanted to share this, and if you guys want to use it again, flex our muscle a little, we're #1, and it's throughout the world, not just in Bucks County. So
Is this from the MLS?
it's broker metrics.
Okay.
So this is real. None of this is the real data. Chris, I know it's being for.
Do you have this already saved in like a PDF or something?
Yeah, Chris is
And then
email it fresh.
Email it to the office.
Yeah.
Put it on the press.
I don't
Done
know.
this morning.
I was gonna say, I really appreciate the color coordinating.
I was
This is
so-
just really well
Keller in
done.
red.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure you just did it.
Not that we can't get through.
It's just so perfect.
I just said to someone yesterday, the guy from Real Producer, he was saying something about starting out who they have in the magazine and not having like two all the time.
So it's an issue.
Well, I said, it's not our fault that we have the largest market share, like, sorry.
we have so many up and coming good agents, and he goes, from the other brokerages are saying, I feel like you're just like working for Keller Williams. He's like, well, these are all the people that are producing. What do you want me to do? You know, there's only so many megas at some of these other companies, but especially the up and comings, he's having an issue, literally trying to spread it out a little so it doesn't seem like every single month there's KW people in it. So yeah, so whatever, we can get this out, that would be great, and throw it right in your listing.
But I'll send out for Sellershield too. So I'll
Okay.
put it all in one big recap.
Yeah. And then guys, just 2 minutes on, Kim was in yesterday. I think a lot of you guys were here. It was really cool to see, you know, her progression and where she went. And like, I was just looking at this was the last thing that we wrote, like, you know, lead generation, sphere of influence, Facebook. And it's not rocket science. It's not the shiny pill. It's just getting down and growing your sphere, getting it in demand, working it. That was one of the biggest takeaways. And every time I do these masterminds with agents, the best ones and the most profitable ones, it goes right to that, working the database between 75 and 85% of their business every year just comes off of that database. And, you know, cultivating leads from that. So anyway, it was really good, and I appreciate a lot of you guys were here. I know I talked to Kim this morning. She was like, personally, she felt so good. She said when she got up this morning, because people were texting her and emailing her, just thanking her for being so transparent and, you know, sharing her journey. So we're gonna try to do more and more of that stuff. I call in some favors with other people. If you guys find value in that, which I think you did, I think it was really cool to have that in. So
Yeah. And I didn't have the chance to catch up and thank her afterwards. So I texted her, and then what do you think she texted me back immediately?
all over.
Yes. Hello, I'll be in a meeting with no phone access from 2 to 4. This is urgent. If you'd like to schedule it to see a house, please call my assistant Lauren. Otherwise, leave me a message and I'll reply to 4, smiley face.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing too, right? In that, for those that were in that meeting, protecting your time block. All right, for lead generation, if we have to lead with revenue to get to that point where we're investing in people, we do need to time block that 20% that is important to us. And the 20% is what? What's our 20% every single day? Lead gen, yes, right. So protecting it in any way, that being an auto response, right? And then if you can't get to lead generation, have something automated, as technology leveraging for you in any type of way. Monthly neighborhood nurture, right? So
I love that idea for lead gen, because sometimes we're doing lead gen, some of you in here, right, on Wednesdays, 10 to 12, we're in there, and it's tough sometimes. We're using our cell phones. Adam used to, when he used to do lead gen, he used to put his cell phone away, put the headphones on and go old school to the landline. And so you wouldn't be disturbed. But, you know, most of us are making our calls from our cell phone. And Kim was right. When that thing pops up, like appraisal came in light, you're like, oh, and there goes your lead gen session. It's over. I'm just being honest. Your mindset isn't going to be there. So if you can put that on and have text go back, I think that's a real good thing. And also if you're with your family, right? If you're with your family and you're doing stuff and whatever time, even midweek, to put that on, at least it goes back to the client. So you can feel confident, like you're not just ghosting a client for 4 hours on an important issue. So yeah, all little stuff like that helps out. So
excellent.
that's my piece.
All right, thanks, Justin. All right.
Turn the camera back, otherwise it just-
Yep. Okay, happy birthday. Happy birthday's coming up. It's funny, when we got the slides the other day, I thought it was like age, right? Because it was like in the 20s and 30s. Ed Hellman celebrating his 31st birthday this month. So that was funny, but happy birthday to everyone. Nothing beats summer birthdays. All right. Cool. Work anniversaries. Okay. Yuri, it's been 2 years already. How about that? Juliana, 2 years. Great stuff. Tom Kennedy, 3 years. One short stint at KW Philly when you started, but yeah, come a long way. Both have come a long way. Everyone's come a long way on this list here. Congrats, everyone. All right, new to the team here, new agents. We have Tony Fanny and Dan Gagan. So Tony is a teacher. And and then you have Dan. Dan is first of all, I love their pictures, by the way. Great, they killed it with their professional pictures. Yes. And I heard Dan, that was through an iPhone 12 picture, not even professional. So Dan comes from an interior kitchen and family-owned interior design kitchen company. So both have awesome personalities. Happy they're here. We have a transfer agent as well, Bob Miles. Bob is a Philadelphia detective. So Bob already has his first listing with us, and it's under contract already. Okay, so I don't know if he's on the line here, but Bob is, yep, he's going to make a great addition here. Okay, cappers. Okay, so we have Sean Yasalonis, Tom Ferris, that being Val. I see Val on the virtual call here. Congratulations, Val. David Flegg and Stuart Scicchetti. All right, all cappers. Congratulations. All right, first listing, Carrie Dimmick, Tatiana Burden. And I think they're both under contract, or Carrie's is Tatiana's as well. Excellent. Good stuff. Great job, coaches. All right. All right, top producers. Here we go for the month of June. June was an explosive month. So the next month, I'll show how we did as a market center. But big congrats to all these groups, teams, and individuals here that some had record-breaking or career months. And, you know, looking at the written sales volumes, some people are going to get paid big bucks this month right here, right? So all good stuff. You love seeing the new names in here, from the Uris to what's that? Robbie, yep. Robbie Patesh, yep. Yeah. Husband and wife team going good. Yep. Congratulations to the Dave Marcola group, taking the board in the individual in all categories there. Listings volume, listings units, written sales volume, closed sales volume, closed sales units. Dave, was that a career month for you? I see you on the line.
As far as all those group categories, yeah, absolutely. It was, what do I have, 10 units? I think that was the highest that I've had written. As far as closed, what did I have?
You had 11, but who's counting, right? So
yeah, right. Yeah, that's the highest too. Yep.
Number 3 in the region for closed units and closed volume.
all right.
Cool.
Congrats, Dave. Congrats, Dave. So, Dave, what was your gross commission that you received for the month of June? How much? What was your GCI?
I believe I had it at 115,000.
Okay. Now, you know, we always talk about profitability here. After your expenses to your assistant, profit, marketing, all that stuff, what did you take home? You know, the range? Or
Yeah, I actually just reran my profit and loss this morning, and it was 75% profit.
75 taken home for you and your family. It's amazing. It's good stuff. So what do you attribute to your success in that past month?
Well, I think that we all know it was a top month for everybody. We've set records as an industry and as an office. So I think it comes down to consistency. And I think when you continue to take the same approach to what you do, whether you're in a pandemic or you're not, or the market's insane, or you're just going like crazy, just riding that wave, when the market's up, you're going to do well as well. So I don't think there was anything unique for me in July, but it was continuing to take the same approach every day, 7 days a week, and be responsive, deliver, execute, and follow up.
Excellent. All right. Anyone have questions for Dave, since I have him live on the spot? Some of them on here. All right, well, congrats, Dave, and congrats to everyone who made this board. We're looking at big numbers in July as well, so I'm looking forward to see how everyone does in July also. All right, cool. All right, so we hit some all-time records as a market center. Okay, so this is big stuff. Closed sales volume. Just minimize this so that people here can see this. All-time records. Closed sales volume 47.7 million. Listings sold volume 20.5 million. Closed at GCI, we crushed this. This was 1.2 million. All right, and then profit share 46,000. That we totally crushed that too. I think more than double our profit share. So closed GCI year to date, it's 78% that we're up. So our agents here are getting paid 76.7% more than what they were getting paid last year. So good stuff. We're on the climb for sure. And then profit share, this is when you really start to feel like a stakeholder here, like you have a vested interest in this. There's no other brokerage where the money that the owners take home are split almost 50-50. Right, so you think of other brokerages out there that are also killing it. Oh, we're doing it just like, but at the end of the day, there's no conversation as to what, they don't know how much profit the owners are making. So this is what drives our culture. It drives the behavior out there, right? So profit sharing. So people are going to be getting some of the largest checks they ever received coming up this 21st. Yep. 6 days. So those that do have people in their downline that have produced, keep an eye on that, on Kelly. All right. And then June, we had an all-time record listings taken volume 24.4 million. So really great stuff, guys. Really proud of you. We've really turned, since we came into this in 2015, we've really been turning around this market center. And yeah, I think we have all the right faces in here that are going to really get this thing humming, really set the mark for people to look, okay, this is the best real estate company in Bucks County. So I'm proud of all of you, for sure. All right, anyone have any comments on this or? All right, preparing for a shift, okay? So here's what's going on, ready? So Dasha comes to my office yesterday and she goes, you know what, I was just talking with Terry and you know what, we were saying that there's this type of stabilization that's happening, right? And we need to know, there's a lot of newer agents that don't know how to have conversations with their buyers and sellers about what exactly is happening, okay? So like, for example, if we take any commodity market in the history of like ever, right? So, it kind of looks like this. This is like, okay, this is the rise and fall of, like I said, every single commodity that ever existed, right? Take like the oil boom and then the crisis that happened in the late 80s into the early 90s. It rose and then it kind of leveled and then it went down, right? Take what happened with the tech boom, right? That went up, something triggered that went down. And we all know there's a trigger with something that happens right here, okay? Right? So there's kind of three places. You're either going up with that commodity, you're kind of leveling, and then you're going back down. We saw this with the Great Recession as well in real estate, 09, right? So where do you guys think we all are right now? In what phase 1, 2, or 3? Where are we? I'm hearing 2, right? So like somewhere in here? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing from a lot of people. Okay, so we're seeing some sort of shift happening here. It was nuts. We all know it was nuts, and we all know that maybe not as many offers as before that we're getting on our listings, but we just know that it's cyclical in our industry, right? We're expecting this. So sorry about that. Sorry at home though. I forgot to turn the camera. So yeah, that's where we are right now. So there's got to be conversations. People are going to be talking with you saying, hey, is this, should I be expecting 30 offers? My girlfriend got 30 offers on her home when they sold it back 8 months ago. So Terry, in your mind, so you've been in the industry for how long? 27 years. So a wealth of knowledge. Absolute wealth of knowledge. So Terry, for the newer agents or even the people that are just, that have been around for a while that need to get prepared in some way, what do you think are the key things that we should be mindful of in talking with either the buy side or the buyers or the sellers? Like what comes off in your head that you think we should all know? Because value, you're not.
Well, it's hard to know. That's what I'm telling for all my clients right now. I don't have the crystal ball. I mean, and it's gonna, when it happens, it kind of, you kind of don't see it until after it's already happened, oftentimes. so last year or this year, just keep putting me off until next year. And I said, well, next year prices will be different than this year. And unfortunately, I don't have anything to back that up. But a lot of people say they don't care.
They will, when it's
Yeah.
$100,000 difference.
Yeah. But, I'm just putting those little nodules out there
Mhm.
for potential sellers. But a lot of my potential sellers are also potential buyers. So that's good news for them. But we're not there yet. So they're not getting excited about it.
And remember, just to follow up, like, the height of this market is one day, right? Like Jason Abrams talks about that all the time. It's one day where it's sold for the highest, and then literally the next day it starts to decline. So it's hard, as you said, that crystal ball, what day that is, like what day was that in 2007? Like, it's really hard, maybe it's different in the two different marketplaces. But when that day does come and it starts going, and look, we track on our top 20% in here, the luxury market, people have been doing that luxury market is already stabilizing and declining. So it's already happened. We know it's gonna come down to the other price points. It's just right, it's just how long, right? That's the big question.
I think this market is fundamentally different from 2007, though, for a lot of reasons. Like, I don't think there's gonna be a sudden precipitous drop the way there was then. I mean, people that are buying right now, actually, I think it was the Wall Street Journal had an article about this, either yesterday or the day before. Unfortunately, the market is so challenging for people that, don't have a lot of money down. So what you see is even though the prices are crazy, people are putting 20, 30, 40, 50% down or paying cash. It's not gonna be, and I think the market will shift, but it's not gonna be the kind of market in 2007 where all of a sudden, all these people are underwater. It's like, oh my God, I'm making a mortgage payment on a house, then it's never ever gonna be worth what I paid for it. Because people just aren't highly leveraged. And you don't have any of the, through this whole run of, no doc, no income verifications, like all the crazy things that happened in 2007 that led to the precipitous decline. They're just, that's not reality in the current market. So, and they're still great. I just lost a listing in Traditions, which was it's a good friend of mine that told me right up front that he had a couple of neighbors that are interested in the house. It's a really nice house. It's a perfect place to build it. He had two neighbors that had a bidding war, and I represented the buyer. That just bought in June, the highest price ever paid in there, the Laurel, for $821. And I think they got more than $821 with no commission. The market is changing, and actually statistically, for the first time in a long time, there's more houses that have come on the market that have gone under agreement. And it hasn't happened in probably 15 months. So there's a change happening clearly. But and I have another buyer right now that's looking like Yardley, Newtown, whatever. I have two, like one's 800 to 900, one's a little, million, maybe up to $1 million. There still is no inventory for them, like absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I know, in both cases, as soon as something comes on the market, there's going to be multiple offers, and maybe it won't be 10, it'll be 4, but there's still going to be multiple offers, and if it's priced right, it'll go over the invested price.
Yeah. Right. So with every shift, because the market is cyclical, we talk about the prices and the homes changing, the values changing, but what else is coming into our arena that's changing as well? No, not quite, but I mean but no, agents, real estate agents. So if this was the timeline, and this was the end of the Great Recession here, okay? At the end of the Great Recession, there were 4.6 million homes sold, okay? There were 725,000 real estate agents at that time, okay? Today, where are we at? Right here? We said we're like right here somewhere. Today, there's projected at the end of this year 6 million homes to close, okay? And there's 1.5 real estate agents. That's never existed in our industry with that agent count. 1.5 million real estate agents. And here's something else. What's that? No. Well, oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay.
There.
Yeah, so I was gonna, yeah, so this is pretty significant, ready?
And does this account for like the numbers, does it account for like becoming agents just?
Everyone who has a pulse that has a real estate license, yes. So, good question, so right now, there's 1.5, in and around 1.5 million people registered and signed up for real estate classes right now, if you can believe that. Now, not everyone's gonna pass, right? Not everyone's gonna pass. The statistics are 35% of people taking real estate courses online will pass, only 35%. And then 65% will pass that are taking it in person, okay? So there's gonna be a lot of people that don't pass their exams, okay? But I know you guys are thinking, you're probably thinking, all right, well, when we get to here, those people are gonna fall off because I know we're on a decline here. But no, they make the decision, they make that big decision to know that they're gonna get their real estate license somewhere in here. So, you know, by the time they pass their license, they pass their courses, they're ready to take their exams, they failed the exam so many times, they could be in this area here, but they have that strong decision that they're going to get their real estate license. So with that, there's what's known as the law of equilibrium. And I don't want to get too geeked out here, but does everyone know what this book is? It's called The Shift. This is a book on how agents tackle the tough times. It's a book on lead generation and what's going to separate us from the agents that are coming in. Because with new agents coming in, there's more sphere of influences that they represent. So we have to work harder, right? And for the experienced agents, I know when it came to John, I know when it was declining, I know that's when you guys were kind of like in your head, okay, this is the go time. This is when I start the lead gen hard. I know everyone's going to get wiped out and I'm going to thrive for this. So this is a good time to get refreshed with this. I know we're going to highlight this in the huddle coming up by the end of the year, okay, in the mornings, the morning huddle. But this is all about the lead generation tactics. The Millionaire Real Estate Agent book will talk about just the lead generation model, what to go after, but this is the actual style on how you do it when there's more agents coming into their arena. All right. So,
and guys, you prepare, you read The Shift before before you go into the next phase. Like my math coaches have always said that when you feel something happening, and a shift could be up or down or whatever, that's not just a decline, but we're in the second there. This is the time you start reading it and looking at it, tightening things up on your P&L, getting rid of, trimming fat, all of that, and preparing, because we know the next is 3, but we just don't know when that's going to be. But you should be prepared, and you should be reading that book. At one point, yeah, didn't we all read that as a team? And you had when you were in production, we all read that together,
yes.
and went through The Shift just so you can understand, what's happening in the next phase here.
Right. Marty and Terry, thank you very much for doing that. Okay, chiming in. Before we end here, quiz question, okay? For the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, all right? Name the 4 laws of lead generation. We've been touching on this a lot lately. So number 1 is build a database. Number 2 is feed it every day. Does anyone know what number 3 is? Number 3 is we communicate with it systematically. And then number 4, we service all the leads that come our way. Okay. Good job, everyone. All right. Cool. All right, guys. So, no, it was an amazing month. Like I said, I mean everything that I said. I think we have a great nucleus here of agents that are just going to be inspiring to all people who live in Bucks County, and we are going to be the best real estate company in Bucks County. So, feel proud about that it's coming. And for those that are getting distribution shares from Title, we have a meeting that's happening in the next 5 minutes, and these are some of the largest checks that I've seen. So, cool. All right, guys. Yeah. Everyone at home, thank you very much for joining in. Have a great day.